turn my phone off.
So it's been a very long time since we last did an episode of The Dot. I mean, God. We might as well just have renamed the podcast because it's been years, really. But it's still The Dot.
It's The Dot.
We picked that name because, it could really be anything. And you gotta love the new sound quality of The Dot. Get the squeaky toy right inside the ear. I swear to God, Boo, no more playing while we're doing podcasting. Sorry, guys. One of many reasons it's been difficult to do this. I know people with children right now are probably like, oh, God. You got a little Yorkie and that's what's keeping you from podcasting? It's got to be something else. But I don't know. Timing is everything. And right now, we got a lot of time on our hands. We're living inside a trailer.
We are living in a trailer. So we are officially trailer trash from the South now. I don't know. You guys didn't even know we
Well,
moved.
I don't think we're from the South. We live in the South.
We live in the South now.
That's a fact. We're living in a trailer. That's a fact. So we're doing well.
We are doing well. We're only living in a trailer for 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks, and then we move into our house.
Yeah.
A rental house, not our house.
Right. So it's interesting. Well, we might as well let you know why. I want to explain. See, we actually rented an Airbnb out here in Houston. 45 days we spent inside a house. We were here for maybe about a week.
No, 2 days we were here.
Okay, 2 days.
2 days. We were only here 2 days.
Eric is just farting. I mean, the audio quality on this one is just amazing. So we were here 2 days, a weekend, and we get an offer from the owner of the guest house that we're now calling our home. And she said, do you want to just, live here?
Well, not just, she came over early in the morning. She came over for coffee. She was in her robe.
Yeah.
She came over in her robe. Her name's Jet. She's really cool. And she just comes over in her robe, and she says, hey, I want to talk to y'all about something. Why don't you just live here for a year? In my house. I'll take it off Airbnb.
Well, yeah, Airbnb's a tough gig if you're doing it full time and you don't have a maid. You're kind of your own maid. You're cleaning up after people. Sometimes they only stay one night, and then the next day you got another guest.
The work that she has to do is wild, you guys. I watched her. I helped her do it after Copus and I left out of there. And the amount of work, imagine mopping and cleaning all your floors, every window, every doorknob, everything, making up every bed in your house. Imagine doing that back to back to back to back. Well,
you gotta turn your house into a hotel. So your house has to be the cleanliness level of a hotel. And no one's house is usually like that. Not a grimy hotel.
Not all hotels are clean, but...
Well, of course, not a grimy hotel. I didn't say a motel. I didn't say a scummy hotel. You gotta turn your house into a scummy hotel. I think the people understand that I meant like a Hilton or better. You gotta walk in. It's gotta feel clean. It's gotta smell clean. Everything's gotta be in order. And that's a lot of work if you're gonna be doing it, on a daily basis. And, anyway, she was tired of it, and we're renting the place now because we're lazy. We didn't look around. We didn't compare and see if we were getting a good deal. We didn't go look at apartments.
Nope.
We were just like,
sure.
You know what? That sounds great. I don't feel like moving anymore. I just drove from California to Houston.
Oh, that was a drive you got. That was something. That drive.
And a couple of cars with check engine lights. Not even sure if we're going to get over. We're just blowing smoke on the 10 freeway, big blooming black clouds of smoke out of our exhaust.
Because Ken put in too much. We were on a slant and he filled the motor oil up too much in his car. That happened too on our way. Also, semi trucks do. Anybody, any of you who listen to this that are out of don't
Like
live
nobody.
in California.
So everybody who listens to this, nobody listens to this.
Okay,
we
so
haven't had a podcast in over a year and a half. If your dad listens to this, we'll be lucky.
Okay, so for all the people that aren't listening to this,
There you go.
driving to Texas is crazy because the speed limit is 80 miles per hour and the semi-truck speed limit is also 80 miles per hour, or whatever you call them, a semi-truck or a tractor trailer. The big rigs, they get to go 80 miles an hour also. So if you want to get past them, you have to go up to 90 miles an hour, which I don't like to drive that fast.
Not in an old beat up car, you know.
With the brakes, my brakes had just went out.
Yeah, so there was car issues, there was a long drive. We got here, we were just like, what a breather. And the place is nice. It kind of reminded us a little bit of where we met. We met at a commune in
kind of
Inglewood.
a sex cult commune, whatever you want to call it.
A shared living space. A place where, you know, there's places where common areas. And this place has some common areas inside the back. Like, I haven't spent a single day actually utilizing these common areas. There's cool fucking shit here. There's like a bar, like a big ass bar that's just there.
With a disco ball.
There's a disco bar. Disco bar. It's a disco bar in the back of our yard. No, but it pretty much is. And then there's also like an outdoor kitchen, an entire outdoor kitchen. We haven't cooked there once.
With fully stocked with pots and pans, everything. And also there is...
So I intend on doing that, though, just so you know. Like, it's weird.
I've utilized it, by the way.
You have not.
I will go to that
You go there for, like, and talk to her, and you're there for a few minutes, but it's not like we've actually utilized a space. Like this space is so big, you should invite a lot of people over. That's what I mean by utilizing the space. I'm not saying that, I haven't, walked the property. I'm saying with a place this big, you could throw events here. Which we want to do eventually. Which,
we do.
We're exhausted, all right? Our life has been hell the last few years. I don't know what your lives have been like, but my life has been hellacious the last few years. I mean, I'm grateful, and I love my wife, and I love my dog, Boo, and I'm so happy that we got this new opportunity. We're living in a trailer in Houston. American dream. I'm 36 years old. It's wonderful, right? I mean, it's been tough as hell, though. We were living inside a shitty studio apartment in Koreatown, Los Angeles for years.
3 years we lived in there. That apartment was something else.
It was a shithole. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was
an absolute shithole. Our neighbors were infested with roaches. We did everything we could to keep the roaches out. It was tiny. I mean, we had a giant California king bed that our dumbasses never got rid of. It took over the entire room. The room was basically walking around a bed. I had the tiniest little desk where I tried to, do work in the corner that I shared with a heater that we never utilized. It was really shitty. It was like a shitty fucking studio apartment. And I've lived in rooms before. And I lived in, a sex cult or commune, whatever you want to call it. I lived at a frat house that wasn't really a frat house. It was like a ghetto frat house. I mean, I've lived in a lot of bizarre places. This wasn't necessarily the worst, but you think as you get older, your income gets higher, you're going to be able to afford some better kind of living. But in Los Angeles, that just ain't the case. You got to be You can't make $60,000 a year and live nice. You have to
No.
make $400,000 a year to live halfway decent.
It's just wild. It's wild. When we were in California, I worked at Macy's and I made over minimum wage by, more than $1 over and commission. And when I file my taxes, I'm still at poverty level working full time. So you can't get a nice apartment having that job. That's for damn sure.
Well, I made $40 an hour and I worked my ass off. I was like always working, it felt like.
You were.
And I was hustling side hustles when I wasn't doing that. A lot of them cost more money than I made from them. I was hustling backwards, but it was awful. Anyway, so even though we're here inside this trailer and I'm kind of being comical about, it being a trailer and we're living here and we're trailer trash or whatnot, it really is a fucking relief. This is the first time I've actually been able to sit with my wife and do a podcast and feel semi-comfortable even talking about this stuff. I don't know. Everybody's got a story and it hits different people a different way. When you feel the emotions of your wife and you're telling the story and you can feel the pain that's like surrounding, like it's like a wound. The past is a wound. It's very difficult to talk about it. And like what we wanted to do is we wanted to make the dot 1.5. We give you the greatest hits of our elaborate story of being together, how we ended up getting married, even though I was facing bankruptcy the entire time that I've been with Erica. She quit the adult industry and had to take a bunch of odd jobs, and then eventually got a job at Macy's where she made a little bit over minimum wage, and we've just basically been struggle city. So I just wanted to we were going to tell you all about the struggle that we have encountered as a couple, but how we, kind of still love each other through all of it. We don't hate each other. A lot of people go through traumatic shit together and they end up hating each other. I got a lot of friends. I went through some trauma with them. And I don't hate them, but I know they hate me. They see me and they're like, holy shit, this guy took me down some dark alleys I never want to take a piss in.
Also, we had to live at Ken's parents' house.
We did. We didn't have to.
We didn't have to, but I thought, to be fair, we had options. We could have stayed in Koreatown up until January when we came to Houston. We could have
moved in with your cousin.
Moved in with my cousin in Echo Park till January. We left Koreatown in September. Or we could have just stayed in Koreatown. I think I might have said that.
Yeah, we did.
Or we could have lived
The main
with
thing
Ken's
was
parents.
we could have stayed inside Koreatown.
And
then we would have just left, here to Houston with less money inside our pockets.
But I thought it was a good idea. I said, yeah, let's go ahead and stay with your parents. You build a relationship with your parents. It won't be that bad. It's no big deal. Oh, well, wasn't that great. I'm thankful for them and everything. I don't want you guys to think that I'm ungrateful. But ladies, his whole family walked out on my wedding after my dad spent $250 a head. And I didn't have a big wedding. We only invited our immediate family people. And every person that Ken invited decided to get up and leave because his sister had period cramps. His 17-year-old sister had period cramps, so they all left. They didn't even eat any food.
Yeah, you got to realize, I came from a background where my father abandoned me when I was 3 years old because he went to prison. So I had, father abandonment issues there. My grandma kind of was like a mother to me. She died when I was 12. I had issues with that. I've had past, girlfriends that have kind of ghosted me, and long-term relationships where I got their name tatted on my arm, and then I can't talk to them like all of a sudden. So I had these like kind of real deep-seated abandonment issues. I mean, it's a pattern, it's an emotion, it's a feeling that you feel that people will just never be there for you. And then, you have this moment, you're getting married, you're so insecure as to even ask other people to celebrate something that is important to you. You don't even ask other people to show up. You keep the list real small to the most dependable people, the people that you're sharing a home with. And then those people leave. It's very traumatic. So it was traumatic. Not only did that happen though at that time for me, which was, in itself pretty fucked, but also my work had
Oh my
me
God.
leaving the day after I got married, driving out to San Francisco, and I was in Sacramento. That's not a real easy drive the day after you get married. Picking up a load of equipment, checking into a hotel on one of the busiest days of the whole year for San Francisco, and then doing an early job the next day after that. I mean, it was insane pressure.
Mine also should note, you guys, or should note that I drove my car up there because my dad lives in Auburn. And so I drove, Boo and myself drove 5 days before I was even getting married so I could get everything together and situated and have all that. Ken worked up until the day he flew in, which was Friday. We got married on Saturday. And so then we had to figure out, well, now what? Because Ken doesn't have a car there. I had the car. So Boo and I had to go with him on this journey. So he had to get a hotel that would have a dog.
Yeah, I mean, this is last minute. You're dealing with trauma.
He didn't even have a suit. He had to wear his wedding suit to work.
Yeah. So you got all the emotional stuff going on with the family, and then you got the need to provide for your new family that's just like hounding on your back, and it's all happening right there. And then y'all wonder why I didn't want to talk for a while. A lot of shit to process. Then I get out here inside Houston. I've never lived in another state before. I'm an old guy. I'm 36. Lived in California my whole life, okay? Never thought I was going to be there forever, but it just worked out that way. So you get into habits, you're familiar with things, you're in a brand new state, and then someone dies.
Oh, yeah, that happened. As soon as we got here, were we here a week?
A week, yeah.
We were here 1 week, and my cousin died. And I had to get on a plane. I mean, I didn't have to. I did. And go back to California with my family. My mother came in from New Mexico. My dad came from Northern California into Los Angeles. And that happened. Like, we hadn't even been here 1 week, and that happened. So I had to get on a plane and leave. And Ken was here by himself, and him and Boo.
Yeah, it was just me and Boo here for a week, and I was in this new state. I got allergies issues. I think I said that wrong. I have allergy issues. My nose is freaking running. My eyes are all watery and puffy. I got a lot of work that week. It's slowed down since, but I had a lot of work like right out the gate. I'm trying to start an eBay business to like cover the spread, the money that we are not making from me working every day in California and that dribbling down. And yeah, and my wife leaves. It's all knew, and I thought, like, yeah, the only person I could rely on now is just me and my wife. Poof, she's gone. That puts you inside this really
Damn.
weird sort of kind of mindset. You're like, what if she never comes back? You don't know, especially if you're someone that has like abandonment issues. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not gonna
That's
be like
nice
some
to know
sort
you
of
think that.
some sort of victim or something like that, because I worked through that during that time. I thought about it. Those thoughts came through my head. I got some self love sort of stuff going on where I was like, hey, you know what? Well, I'll take care of you, Ken. Oh, well, thank you, Kenny. I kind of split my personality a little bit, and things worked out all right. But it's crazy. I don't know. I'm going through another spiritual awakening right now. I went through a spiritual awakening years ago when I wrote the album The Heart Attack, because I had this spiritual moment where I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was just in AA. I was drinking way too much like red line caffeine, and my heart felt like it was going to stop. And I saw this big light of energy, and I felt really, really bad about a lot of my behaviors. And it told me not to worry because everything that's bad is also good and everything is one. And it made sense to me, and I talked to a bunch of spiritual people about that at that time, and I was like, wow. So I woke up, everybody around me was still sort of like asleep, except for a few people, and then I kind of slowly, I guess, started not believing in God, which is a weird thing. When God shows you his face or its face, her face, and then like you forget that. But we could do that as human beings. We could have a spiritual experience where like you totally are like, oh, there's definitely a God. And then the next day you could wake up and you could like completely doubt the existence of there even being an afterlife. That happens.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I had another spiritual experience not too long before we came here when I did some DMT
Oh yeah.
inside
With Reverend Johnny, huh?
a parking lot at an open mic inside Los Angeles. I was doing stand up, but that night instead, I from another comic, God bless him, did a little bit of DMT, and like that gave me the courage to move states because it showed me that vibrationally I was going to always have money. I shouldn't worry about money because vibrationally that money will always find me. And it has, and everything's been okay. I'm not like rich or financially free or anything like that, but money's coming and flowing and there's enough of it. So, that happened. And I wanted to talk to people about that. I wrote a song about it. I haven't really like released or anything. But life has just been slamming hard at all angles. I don't think I've really felt a chance to really speak on any of this. It's either been too heavy or life has been going too fast. Now we are inside this trailer because that Airbnb that we rented is being used by some other people that already booked it before we even
Before
moved here.
she even asked us to live there.
So she has a trailer that's on the property, and it's plenty, big for 2 weeks. We got a gym membership. I mean, there's a shower and a toilet and everything like in here, but I don't know about you guys, but for 2 weeks I don't really want to shower and shit on a trailer.
Well,
I don't know. I don't understand trailers.
Okay, let me give. So, it's not just like it's a land yacht. It's one of the big. Just so you guys know, it's like a 1977 land yacht, and it's one of those silver. It's like silver, looks like an aluminum can. But
It's a hipster's like paradise.
yeah, it's actually. I'm gonna say, if someone said, "Erica, I'm moving you to a trailer," I would be like, "Fuck off! You're going to hell. I'm not doing any of that shit." I will say this: I feel differently now. I don't shower in here or poop in here either. But let me just give you a description of the place. You walk in the front door, and to the right is a big couch, and there is a flat screen TV in here, and Ken has his computer set up and his printer and his all that stuff's handled. There's an air conditioner, there's a refrigerator, a freezer, a microwave, a stove, a gas stove, an oven. There's 2 closets. There's storage space above each bed. So picture kind of like a deluxe room on a cruise ship, I guess, with 2 twins.
Yeah, and we got all our stuff now inside 2 storages. We got one storage inside California.
That is true.
Where we put all our belongings prior to moving out here to Houston. And then we have another newly acquired storage that I'm actually really, really stoked for, because we're going to keep it. It's going to be where we store the items from our eBay business. Because now we're eBayers.
Now we're doing eBay too.
Yeah. We're way better.
We're resellers. We are pickers.
We're pickers. We're resellers. We're fortune finders.
Yeah, we are fortune finders.
We like to, find stuff for $1 and sell it for 40.
Oh my God, I found the weirdest. It's not even weird. It is weird. The thing that I found was so weird. Went to this Christian thrift shop. Ken loves this place.
Love it.
Okay, you don't know. They're having it's like you can never tell how much anything is in this place, okay? And then you get up there and stuff is 50% off, or they just give you an additional 10% off because you bought a lot of stuff, or I don't know. But I found this German brand, starts with a K. I can't.
It's not Randolph.
Oh, Rendals or something. Rendals collabed with NASA on this weird jumpsuit for
like a romper.
A romper, but it's like this real baggy,
oversized sort
weird
of romper
stuff, but it has all these patch things on the front. Okay, I think I paid $3 for that thing. I put it on auction, and it sold for $149.99 plus shipping. Okay?
I had that same thrift store. I got 3 like Game Boys. It was like a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy DS. 3 of them, and they were all 3 for 75 cents. They were inside a bag. I couldn't believe that. I sold them all. Also on auction. We've made quite a few dollars from this wonderful little thrift store, and it's kind of therapeutic, I'd say, if you're someone that hasn't really ever had a lot. Because if you haven't had a lot, I'll tell you, going and learning the value of these items that other people dispose of. The first stuff that I actually ever sold, I got from a guy who was cleaning out his garage back in California, and he was giving everything away for free. I went there, I picked up the golf clubs and these wrestler figurines and this VTech machine, a bunch of other crap that was worthless. I sold a golf club the same day. The rest of them were like worthless. I played against sports. I made $15 off of that. Then I listed a bunch of plush toys on eBay and got my first positive review from it. And I still got a few items from that guy that I haven't sold yet but are listed. So it's crazy because you can track how much money or product that you have, what the value of your store is. And we came here with literally nothing, y'all. Nothing. Nothing but the clothes that we could fit inside our car and, cosmetics that Erica would bring, my work gear, but nothing to like really resell.
No, we didn't have anything to resell. Nothing really.
We had 2 items to resell, and we actually sold them both. One, I had an extra charger inside my work bag that I had picked up somewhere, and Erica had
a MAC Holiday Collection 2019 lipstick that had never been used, but it's very sought after because you can't get it anymore.
So we actually ended up selling those 2 very quick, and then we came out and we started just grabbing stuff at flea markets, estate sales, garage sales,
the thrift stores, Goodwill.
and now today we've only been here less than 60 days.
It came January 19th.
20th. Yeah, 19th.
And
yeah, it's not March 20th yet. So
March 20th, so we've been here less than 60 days.
And we already amassed $10,000 worth of value between the 2 of our eBay stores. So that's pretty awesome.
We're selling dick pills.
We are. They're a little bit sketch, but I have sampled the product myself before purchasing them. I haven't used them in this batch. This is strictly business, but back in California, I actually have tried these pills, and they work. They'll give you a rock hard on for days. So if you're interested,
we'll have
a link of our eBay store.
Yeah, we have dick pills on there. Oh, we have Dermalogica, like neomycete, acne and skincare cream.
We got broken cameras. People buy broken electronics.
People buy something called Coochie Clean.
They also buy expired ink, like printer ink. After people die, they usually have like an office full of stuff. Usually people go and buy, like 4 or 5 things of ink for their printer. They don't necessarily just get one. They stock up. That's what older people do. They stock up. I don't want to go, Staples again. I'm going to buy 4. And all that ink, you can usually buy it for $1, $2, $3 is the most I've ever paid. And some of it you can resell for very good money. We've made hundreds of dollars on expired ink already.
And Polaroid film.
Yeah, so anyway, you could watch all this on eBay. We watch a lot of people like the Part-Time Picker.
Paul Cantu.
Yeah, what's that? Stay-at-home mom.
Hustle at Home Mom.
Yeah. Froggy Flips, a lot of Josh. Those are all great YouTube channels if you're interested in flipping stuff.
Who's the auction guy?
The Auction Professor.
He's really good because you could do this with just paper stuff. Just so you guys
There's money everywhere, guys. There's money everywhere. Take it from a couple of people living inside a trailer. Take it from a couple of people that left California with barely anything, came to a new state. My work has been super slow. It's picking up again. It was busy for 2 weeks, then it just died. It's been like a ghost town all of February for me. But that's all right, because I started a business with my wife. Now we have a business together that generates income, and we don't have to feel like the podcast is like a business, although we want to make tons of cash on it. Don't get us wrong.
Of course we do.
We want to make tons of cash on this podcast, but we can have fun with it because at the same time, we already are making money together on something else. So this is just have fun, tell your story, try to be consistent. Try not to put an episode out once every year and a half. If we could maybe do that, we might be able to acquire an audience. I don't know.
So we live in this trailer, and we got a gym membership.
Yep. I've been homeless before, and if you're a bougie homeless person like me, get that's a no-brainer. You go and you get the gym membership so you could take a shower. All right, that's the bougie homeless person. I've never been homeless without a car to sleep in. Okay, never been one of you guys or sleeping inside a tent. All right, just getting filthy and dirty. Okay. Never been that kind of homeless person. I've been a bougie type. I like to sleep inside a car. I like to take a shower. Maybe I guess I'm soft in that way. Maybe I'm a soft marshmallowy kind of guy because I like to, take showers and sleep on cloth interior. I don't know.
Okay, so I have never been homeless. I mean, the closest you could call me homeless was when I lived in the sex cult. But
you were not homeless.
I was not homeless because I had my own room, studio place, and I had a shower and toilet and everything. So living in this trailer, I just don't. It's just really the shower tub thing is an awkward thing, and the toilet situation. I've got it on lockdown. What I do is I keep pine sol in the water at all times, so there's no.
She's act like she's been living here for weeks. We've been here
been
2 days.
Here for weeks.
We've been here for 2 days.
We've been here since Thursday. It's Sunday.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's our fourth day.
4 days. All right. So I'll meet you in the middle. Truth is 4 days. We've been here 4 days.
There hasn't been a.
We've gotten our first shower today.
Yeah, we got our first.
At the gym.
At the gym.
The newly acquired LA Fitness in Pearland. If you know anything about Houston.
Pearland.
I know. If you know anything about the Houston area, we stay very close to Pearland. And I'll tell you what, Pearland is a very white neighborhood, sorta, I thought. Then today I went to the gym, lots of Mexicans, a lot of black people. I was like, I don't know what about this neighborhood makes me think it's like a bougie white neighborhood. It's not.
Not at all.
Even the name, Pearland. I thought, I never really have been offered a pear at like a Mexican friend's house or a black person's house. Only white people have ever offered me pears before. So I thought it was like that was a giveaway. I was like, giveaway. Pearland must be a white neighborhood. So, but it's not, and that's great because I like it. And I don't want to be that guy that's just like, yep, moved from Los Angeles, totally mixed, a blend of everyone, and then I moved to like a super white neighborhood. That would just feel sort of boring and just kind of like almost like I didn't like that part of LA because that's not true. I love that part of LA. It was one of the best things about LA that ever since I was inside grade school, I had friends from Pakistan and from India and, African friends, grade school up. So that's cool. But I guess it also exists here inside Houston. We don't have that many friends here yet, but we're friendly with people.
Oh, yeah. Well, so back to the gym. And shower.
Oh yeah, Erica's got a story she's been dying to share with me.
Yeah,
I've been thinking too, and I love the way we did this, sweetheart, because I've been thinking, we haven't done the podcast for a year and a half, and Erica's excited to do a podcast tonight. So I got to figure out a way to segue from us not having done an episode for a year and a half to the story that Erica really, really wants to share. That's called compromise. That's being in a relationship. I want some sort of order to our podcast. She wants to be spontaneous and share something that happened today. We were able to do that. So now, a story by Erica.
Okay, so speaking that I've never been homeless before and I've never showered at the gym before. Okay, so I put on my gym clothes here at the trailer. And I pack a suitcase and I bring my shampoo, conditioner, razor, body or face wash. I have my eye cream, right? Like I'm going to a hotel or something. I don't know. I get it together. I do my workout and everything. I go sit in the sauna and I go into the shower and I pull out all my stuff. And guess what? I didn't pack a towel. So I have to wait for Ken I call him and then I text him saying, I don't have a towel. I left my towel at home. We didn't pack flip flops either, just so you guys know, which is like the stupidest thing. Everyone knows you don't ever shower in anything public without flip flops. So
next week we'll be talking about a ringworm.
I won't.
No, I scrubbed the shit out of my feet after I got out of that shower. People are looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing? He's got some sort of weird foot thing. Because I was just scrubbing my feet. I didn't give a shit. I know I was the weird guy, and if someone would have been, ballsy enough to say something, I'd be like, dude, I don't want ringworm on my feet. I gotta scrub them and get them super dry. I don't know what else to do. You have any powder I could borrow or something? Be a pal? Because I'm sitting here in my boxers and scrubbing the shit out of my feet.
Why didn't you get paper towels?
Well, I didn't want to be that guy that slid it on 2 towels. It's a big hallway between my locker, where I put my locker, and where the showers was. I'm going to just be like being cute there. Sliding on paper towels. Hey, guys.
Okay, so that's funny. Okay, so I have to wait for Ken to get done, and then I come out, and I have to use his wet towel. So I don't know what the shower etiquette is at the gym. And I'm like, oh, cool, this one has a bench in it, right? Oh my God, I took the handicap shower. There was only one handicap shower. And if you guys don't know what I look like, I only am 100 and maybe 10 pounds. I'm 5 feet, 3/4 of an inch tall. On a good day, 5'1". So this tiny little thing there's all these fat ladies too. And I take up the biggest shower stall, okay? And it has, so I'm this bougie of a person apparently. I'm like, oh great. It's got a hanging nozzle and the one that comes out on top. Oh, perfect. I'll use this one.
She thought she was at Equinox, but we were at LA Fitness. Ironically enough, we moved from LA to Houston and then decided to get a membership at LA Fitness.
You didn't even know that this happened. So now I'm in the shower like, oh, I realized it as I was looking out through the clear part on the top. And I saw these other women in these tiny stalls. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in the handicap stall. Oh no. But I was like, all right, I'm just going to do it. So I shave and I do all this stuff. But I knew not to shower without flip-flops, so I just kept my socks on during my shower. So I
don't know if that's actually more or less hygienic. Because, I guess did you soap up the socks?
Yeah. So I washed my socks.
You're just absorbing, though, whatever's on the floor into the sock and into your foot. It might be worse.
I don't know, but I wore my socks, and then when I got out of the shower, I walked through the shower floors with my sopping wet socks and went to the paper. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed right now. I went to the paper towel machine. That's why I said, why didn't you use paper towels? And then I stepped on paper towels and scooted myself to my locker and sat down in my towel and put cream on my feet, dried them with paper towels in between everything, and then put cream and my socks on, my clean socks. And then I went to the sink and drained my socks out and wrapped them really tight in a paper towel to take them home.
Well,
so I don't know if you guys find that amusing. I thought it was, I can't even believe that. Now I know better. I know not to use the handicap shower. I know you have to have flip-flops. And I know that a lot of women they look at me weird because I was just getting dressed topless and stuff. I don't know if it's because I have implants or what. But it was like, I didn't care to be naked because we're in a locker room. I've also been to a lot of Korean spas. So I like to go to a Korean spa. So if you go to a Korean spa, you really just sit down on a plastic chair in front of a mirror and you're
also an ex-dancer. So you've been naked your whole life. So you're used to being naked. Other people are not. You got a good body. Other people, don't. For me, when I get inside a locker room, I don't mind getting naked, but I give the same vibe that I give almost every time you'll meet me inside my life, and that's like, I'm busy. Alright, I'm naked right now, but I'm also busy. Okay? I'm taking a shower here because I got business to do. So, don't be trying to chat it up with me while I'm naked, guy, because I'm fucking busy.
Do guys try to talk to you while you're naked?
I think that, you get looks. There's always a gay guy that's inside the locker room. There's nothing wrong with being in a locker room looking for dick to suck. I get it. I probably would do the same thing if I was gay. So I don't mind those guys that are there, and I don't necessarily think, like, they are trying to get, suck my dick. Sometimes they might be there thinking, this guy's a little bit older, he looks like, he's a little bit different, maybe he'd pay me $50 if I sucked his dick. So they might be, just trying to make money. I don't know. But there are, and every straight and gay guy will attest to this. This is just not news to men. It might be news to women. In almost every major city locker room, there's going to be a gay guy that walks half nude through the locker room and tries to make eye contact with you.
Oh, really?
And that eye contact can indicate one of two things. Like, when I'm feeling myself, the eye contact is like, oh, he must be real attracted to me. Alright, well, sorry. I ain't got time to entertain the flattery that you're going to impose upon me. Thanks, but no thanks. Or, he might be looking at me as like, here's a trick. I could maybe make a little bit of money off of this guy.
Huh.
So, either way.
Well, thanks for telling me, because I didn't know, because I don't feel... Maybe those ladies in the locker room think that I'm like that lesbian trying to eat some pussy for $50. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if women do that. I know men do that. I know that men
I don't know.
are pigs, and we like to
to
fuck and masturbate, and we're always thinking sexual a lot, especially guys popping a lot of pills.
Do guys masturbate in the gym shower?
I've never seen a guy masturbate inside a gym shower. It doesn't mean that they're not doing it, because there are curtains, and I mean, you could quietly masturbate inside a gym shower. I don't know if I ever have. Probably not. I don't think I have. But I might have. Because sometimes you just want to say you done it. So I like to do things sometimes just to be like, yep, I did it there. Yep, I jizzed there. And I'm not like that anymore. But when I was younger, I was kind of a fucking scumbag. I probably jacked off at a gym once. Not loud, not moaning, not trying to get any guy's attention. But just quietly, just to be like, yep, I did it there. I definitely did it at a float tank, which is probably the most horrific time I've ever came inside a place. Feel really bad about it. I know that I'm not the only one that's ever done that, though. It's very warm. It's very inviting. You shouldn't do it. It's terrible. Probably fucks up the whole thing. Little pieces of jizz are floating in there. Makes me rethink float labs entirely. Because people are jizzing in them.
Ew, well then why'd you buy them for me as a gift?
Well, I think they clean them out really, really well. It's just like going into a public pool. If you go, when we went to Wee Spa, there's guys, they're jacking off inside that pool. Not while we're there. You just gotta wait until
nighttime.
There's a free moment. You find a
what pool? There was no community.
There were some
pool.
pools while we were there, or maybe it was the other spa that we went to. I don't know.
Oh, that big pool downstairs underground.
Where there is water, there is jizz. That's just my theory. Anyhow, guys, it would be.
Well, thanks for that.
Is there a better way to end a podcast?
No.
After you haven't spoken to people for a year and a half, to just admit where you jizzed, because the Me Too moment is over, right? Now we could just freely admit every horrible thing we've ever done, or maybe because I'm married now, I get a pass, or maybe
What is
no
that?
one gives a fuck about if or when I masturbate, and there's peace inside that. Nonetheless, that's I'll find out. I'll find out. You know. I guess is it a cry out for attention, or do I like just good honest conversation? I like just good honest conversation. I don't think there's anything special about my experiences. I just think I tell people. Other people are doing it too. Other people notice there's a gay guy trying to do some funny business inside the back. Like I said, I give off the sort of vibe to gay people is pretty friendly, so they think that either, I'm interested in some sort of sexual encounter, and I'm totally okay with the fact that they think that about me. I just give the vibe off that I'm too busy.
But you give that vibe off. Remember when we went to the foodie con thing?
Yeah.
And that gay guy was massaging you?
Well, I did get a massage from a man. He
And then
definitely seemed kind of gay. I was really drunk, and he gave a good massage. And here's the thing. When it comes to the back massage, fully clothed, a man could give a better massage than a woman. Now, you give me a full body massage, I'm picking only women. I will not allow a man to do that to me inside my thigh area, my buttocks. I don't want to be touched by another man. I'm sorry if that makes me a prude. It's just, that's my rule. If I get a massage done, it's got to be done by a woman. But a shoulder massage, I don't mind a shoulder massage from a man if he's strong.
No, but remember,
he's a real strong guy. He gave me a good, sturdy shoulder massage. I was freaking lit. I'm telling you, I was so drunk. They were giving out so many free drinks that night, that day, that foodie con. Lots of free drinks. We got the VIP situation going. So we went to this back room where they were giving out all this vodka.
Oh my God, and the silent disco when you were breakdancing on the floor, remember, in front of everybody?
I did breakdance. I'm not a breakdancer, but that day I did some pretty cool shit. I did take karate for Okinawa Taekwondo, to be specific. I did take that for a few years, so I do know how to do a rolling flip. I mean, just roll through your shoulders and then land on your feet. I did that. I broke that move out. You got to tuck your head in so you don't accidentally hit your neck or your head when you're rolling, and it's kind of an acrobatic, move on a dance floor.
Okay, and then you were spinning on your back, and it was a whole thing, and people were just staring. I have it on video footage. I'll try to find it.
I mean, I think I did a good job.
You did. It was fun. Okay, so we'll do another one of these.
Yeah, we'll be back in a year and a half or so.
No, we'll be back in a couple weeks for sure. At least, minimal, because we have these experiences. I mean, literally, we're walking around people's houses that died. And you should see some of these people. Oh my gosh, the stuff that some of these prices too. Once you do picking and reselling, then you're going to be like, oh, the nerve of them to try to charge me the same as I would pay for it at Sephora.
Well, you experience that when you go to a bad garage sale, where you go to the garage sale and they got everything perfectly laid out. They don't just have boxes of stuff that they're trying to get rid of. It's more like, hey, I'm trying to start a small business in front of my house. Everything's retail prices. I got the bags right here. I got a mini cash register. I'm going to charge you what you would pay if you went to Macy's or if you went to anywhere else. That's not why people go to garage sales or estate sales. People are looking for deeply discounted items. But yet some people still pay for that shit. They'll pay full price. They'll say, sure, I'll give it to you. I like your lawn. I like your attitude. I'll go ahead and I'll pay up. I'll give you $25 for this Eddie Bauer jacket. Anyway, thanks again for
listening.
Yeah, if you found this God bless you. I don't know how you did it. But yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be back in a year and a half. Thank you.